It appears that things have finally begun. Did you have your audience with the Seeress, Master? Yes, indeed. It went just as planned. Doubt is a very powerful weapon. When wielded properly, you are right. Thankfully, we have lots of practice. Perhaps too much? Or at the very least, not enough. But we've waited longer in the past.
So, you think this is the end? I suppose that rests with the Seeress. Let us watch and see what unfolds.
Wow, they look pretty cool, huh?
It was definitely a nice send-off. I just hope the Mazaeans aren't afraid.
Why would they be afraid? Really? But they're just leaves.
You know how superstitious people can be.
I was taught that they're tears from the spirit realm. You know, the spirits crying out. But I don't know why. Perhaps our parents were reaching out to us.
Case in point, Pro.
Fair enough. Anyway, there was something I had to say. Don't you think it's a little odd to walk around like that? What? No, that's not what I meant at all. I'm talking about the Blade of Exodus, you know? We need to cover it up so nobody sees it.
That's actually a good idea. We don't know how many eyes will be on us. It might help us get past the gate guard as well.
Yeah, they wouldn't take kindly to seeing that. They're skeptical enough of travelers from Valenorth.
What? But we wouldn't do anything.
That's exactly the point.
People from Valenorth would never harm Mazael, true, but that's what makes it the perfect excuse for wrongdoers. Say you're from Valenorth and get through without a second thought.
That's awful.
Yeah. Unfortunately, they're keen on that trick. They'll end up questioning us no matter what we say.
So we need to cover up the blade.
Yeah.
I guess it's a good thing I brought this then.
What do we do if they don't buy it?
Well, I'll play some of my patented charm.
We're doomed.
There's still a long way to go, so let's walk and talk. We're losing time, and that's the one thing we can't afford to lose.
All right.
Hey. There's not much to say that you don't already know. It's a trading hub, providing goods and services to Valinor and Alarenthia. But there's a large piracy scene, providing the more illicit goods and services. The occupation was supposed to make things better, but it didn't. It only created more laws to break, and they haven't even cracked down on them. The mayor has slowly defected to our side after realizing the Triumvirate's true intent. They only wanted the spirit idol hidden underneath Mazeo. We're sure of it. The introduction of law and order to the city of Mazeo was justification enough for them. If they truly wanted to keep Mazeo in line, they'd be enforcing the laws they put in place. His name is Grizz, and he slowly defected to our side. He's a good ally to have, especially with the strings he can pull. I doubt our plans would have gotten this far without his assistance. He took part in the occupation, actually, and slowly realized he was wrong. So that would mean he's been in power for a little over 20 years. He was pretty distant at first, but we slowly got more in touch with him. As time passed, he realized he was being lied to. That's what the Triumvirate does. They tell you that you're getting what you want, but it's just a cover to use you. I guess he got fed up and realized that the rebellion could actually deliver. I'd say so, yeah. This isn't a sudden defection or anything like that. It's been slowly happening over the last 20 years. I saw it all. He's truly sorry for what he's done, and now he wants redemption. I guess joining us will help him achieve that redemption. He's just in the unfortunate situation of playing both sides. He does work with the enemy, but his allegiance is with us. I know it. They'd probably kill him. They don't really tolerate that. But it's not very often that somebody goes against their rule. They seem to have a sway over their subjects. It's hard to describe. Like, only now that he's away from them is his mind finally clear. As soon as they find out, I'm sure they'll make him a primary target. I'm willing to bet that they'll send Sovi and his apprentice to do the job. He's really big. He can be intimidating, but his heart is in the right place. You don't really get the politician vibe from him. He looks more like a warrior, but that's kind of the point. The Triumvirate wanted a ruthless man in charge. Just don't judge him based on his appearance and you'll be fine. There's a friendly man underneath that hardened exterior, I promise. If it weren't for his efforts, the rebellion would barely be successful. No, and why would it? It was just a front because they wanted the spirit idol. Mazeo remains largely the same. Attention was just diverted to different areas. For example, trade bans just made the pirates focus on different commodities. They talked a big talk, but they didn't follow through. It was all a lie. For example, the rebellion formed effortlessly under their watchful eyes. Under competent rulers, that never should have happened. See what I'm getting at? How else do you explain the huge underground expedition? If they weren't here, there'd be no tunnels at all. It seems to make sense. Thankfully, we found it first, so it's up to us to make the next move. I can't think of any other explanation, to be honest, so I'm definitely certain. The occupation of Mazeo was just a front for their true goal, the idol. However certain I am of that, I'm still clueless as to why they'd want it. We had a deal in place with the owner of Mazeo's Tavern. It's not unlike Peregrino, actually, almost existing as a front. But he didn't want to get caught, since things were coming to a head. So we decided to branch off and find ourselves a new home. That's when Domek set his eyes on the underground tunnels. He'd been going to them for a while, to gather his mind in peace. Nobody. That's what made the occupation such a good excuse. Before they took over, it was a no man's land. Everybody was free. That had both upsides and downsides. So they capitalized on the downsides. They promised the people a better future, and they just ate it up. Fast forward over 20 years, and they're starting to realize it was a lie. It's helped us get some last-minute recruits, but we can't count on any more of those. Honestly, I'm not sure. We need to think about that when the war is over. We could revert it to the way things were, or come up with a new form of government. I'm sure that whatever happens, though, we can't fully eliminate piracy. Even if we lifted all trading bans, they just continue business as normal. That's what my advice would be. We should legitimize them, put them to work. It's easy to punish them, but there's a whole industry we could tap into. There are two pirate lords, Alex and Nada. They see eye to eye on most things but disagree on others. Still, rather than fight each other, they've come to rule together. Some pirates prefer Alex while others prefer Nada. It's not too complicated, but there's enough drama around piracy to deal with infighting, so they work together. Piracy wasn't his first choice, but he really didn't have any say in the matter. None of the legitimate trading companies would hire him due to his troubled past. He basically takes whatever job he can get, living off of Nada's scraps. A lot of the local pirates follow after his ideals. He doesn't have delusions of grandeur. The goods he smuggles aren't too dangerous either. It's pretty close to an honest living. He just wants the trade bans lifted, to continue doing what he's doing and be accepted. Now, she's a different story entirely. Nothing is off limits for her. She wants money and power. As long as the price is right, it doesn't matter what you want to smuggle, she's your girl. Her vision of the future is different than Alex's. One day she sees herself in charge of Mazeo. A lot of the pirates follow her because she promises them riches and power. Alex doesn't do that. He simply promises them a stable living with the hopes that one day it's made legal. But Nada doesn't care what's right or what's wrong, only about having the most power. I guess she thinks that if you have power, it doesn't matter what you do. While Alex wants to live an honest, legal life, Nada wants to be strong enough to do anything. If you have the whole world in your hand, much like the Triumvirate, no one will stop you. I've never had to think about it, so I don't really have an answer. But I'd probably have to go with Alex. Nada is a bit too ruthless for me. If she was in power, people would be under her thumb, rather than free. Not really. Our previous leader ensured that we stayed well hidden. Not many of the townspeople knew what we were doing, but even if they found out, they sided with us anyway. His name was Salus, and he was a man of pure genius. I know we say that Dominic is a good strategist, but Salus, he was incredible. If it weren't for him, you wouldn't even be wearing that blade on your back. To be honest, if we win this war, it'll all be thanks to him. We have some work ahead of us, but he made it all possible. Not to discredit what you need to do, of course, but you get the idea. It's not that hard to be secretive, especially when you have to be. We never slipped up, precisely because we couldn't afford to. It's also a bit easier with your key players hiding behind positions of power. By that, I mean nobody would question Grizz or the Elder of Valinor. So because of that, him and Salus were able to meet and plan things without suspicion. Essentially, we had the perfect cover. After Salus passed, we just exercised discretion. Yes. With the knowledge I currently possess, yes, I think they would. Over 20 years later, the Mazaeans are starting to realize the Triumvirate was lying. They promised to turn Mazeo into a utopia. Just look around when we get there. It's not. Their words seem to mean a lot to people, even if their actions don't follow suit. In my opinion, it's only a matter of time before their promises fall on deaf ears. That is, if we don't take them down first. At least we will be keeping our promises. Depends what you're wanting to know. Just give me a try. Old enough to be tired of answering that question. I consider Domek and the Rebellion to be my family. If you mean my birth family in Alarinthia, I couldn't tell you. We weren't very close, and I left for the mainland as soon as I could. Depends how much you're paying me. There isn't much to say. He always pops in to mess up our plans. Every time we battle the Honor Guard, he's right there with them. The Triumvirate barely leaves their castle, so he's almost like a stand-in for them. Basically, anytime we're against enemy forces, he's there. But you learn a lot about the man and the way he fights, so I know a lot about him. I've never seen anybody with such strong conviction. He truly believes he's doing the right thing. No, and I think I'd like to keep it that way. Forgive me if I ask you to be more specific. I haven't been able to get a good read on her yet, which is rare for me. Normally I'm a good judge of character, but on her I'm drawing a blank. Not to say that's a bad thing, she carries herself admirably, but she's just closed off. At the end of the day, she won't cause me any concern, so that's a good thing. But I find myself wondering why she's so scared to open up. It's not like we'll hurt her. Some might say that's a personality trait on its own, but not me. I like to dig deeper. Honestly, he's a little much. Energy-wise, I mean. I used to be like him when I was younger, but it's better to conserve your energy. If you waste it without thought like he does, you won't have it when you actually need it. And that's pretty much why I'm so calm all the time. I'm waiting to put my energy to good use. Normally that good use involves either a fight or some stiff drinks. You'll see. Once we get to Mazeo, there's a tavern that gets my highest recommendation. We don't seem to get along, but he's actually one of my best friends. He just has this way of poking fun at everybody. It's his way of showing love. With a troubled past like his, I wouldn't be surprised if he thought that's what love is. You're good at following orders, I'll give you that much. I'm not sure if you're just clueless or full of national pride. Either way, it's a good thing. We can't have you full of doubt. It won't be much longer until you can kick back and relax. But when you do, it'll be as Alestia's hero. Think about that. You had a life of luxury just thrown into your lap. I'm jealous. Well, spare time is pretty scarce these days. But I love a good drink. Nothing better than winding down a busy day with some ale, right? Aside from that, I love a good spar, but it's hard to find a challenge. I'm not picky. I just like the effects. The stronger stuff is more expensive, though, and I'm not loaded. Well, unless Domek decides to treat me, I guess. That's rare, though. There's a huge tavern tucked away in the town square. Best drinks money can buy, and like Peregrino, they have private rooms. Great business model, actually. When you've had too much, they can con you into a room. I'll point it out if I can. Might be a good idea to grab a drink before your training. Domek has a strict regimen set out for you, but I'll make sure you have fun. Don't worry. Ha, of course. Now you're starting to grow on me. I didn't know you were into that, but I need a good drinking buddy. You can only drink so much alone before it starts to get sad. Yes.
So, about that charm.
Yeah?
When are you gonna start turning it on?
It's been on this whole time.
Oh boy.
Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
It means you think highly of your own ability. And if I'm not mistaken, it's a little too highly.
That's not true.
Oh really? Charm me then.
You mean right now?
Yeah, right here, right now. Shouldn't be too hard for someone like yourself.
Oh, well, just let me think. It takes a bit to get in the groove.
Oh, is that so? Sounds like an excuse to me.
It's not!
Alright then, just hurry it up, pro. I'd tell you to take your time, but I don't want to die of old age.
So, how'd it go?
As good as it could have, which isn't saying much.
What would you have me put on the record?
Negotiations to resume with more parties present. I think that about sums it up while I gather my bearings.
Very well. And what about off the record? What should I be expecting to come through that door?
Initially, I wanted them to sabotage the Triumvirate's ships, but that was very short-sighted of me. We'll need a naval army, so I tackled things from another angle, securing ships.
That shouldn't be too hard, right? The pirates have an enormous army.
Combined, yeah, but I can't win them all over. Alex and Nada will both be fighting to cut a deal with me, and I'm afraid no matter who we side with, things will change.
For who exactly?
Everybody. Lilith, can you send for Damek? He'll need to be present at the final negotiations.
Of course, sir.
I have a feeling he'll be bringing the seer too, Lilith. With everybody under one roof, we can finally make some progress. At the end of the day, Mazeo and the Rebellion will be allied with the pirates.
Never thought I'd see the day. I guess we just have to choose who to side with.
That's why I need to see Damek as well. He'll be leading the final battle, so he needs to choose. I trust his decision and his sense of strategy more than you know.
Should he really be making choices that affect the future of Mazeo?
I think it's in our best interest. Besides, with what's coming, I don't think I'll be here much longer. I only hope that we can leave behind a peaceful future for Mazeo.
Oh, great! It's Carmen!
Who?
Basically, the one gate guard I'm comfortable with. Leave this one to me. We'll be in Mazeo before you know it. Hey! Let go! We don't have much time to waste!
There's another way.
Oh, come on. I had a whole routine worked out, Ulrich. Mine will work for sure. With them, it's a risk.
I just want to see how they handle this. Diplomacy will be really important moving forward. Shouldn't we let them get some practice?
The new Elder of Valenorth.
Yeah. Fortin, come here.
What's up?
This is your first time coming to Mazeo, right? The relationship between both of our nations is important. How we handle this situation could have a big impact.
Really? What do you mean?
Pro wants to lie his way in. That's what he does best. Not that it's a bad thing, of course, it usually works wonders. But at the end of the day, you are the Elder of Valenorth. If you prefer, you can try talking to Carmen. See if you can reason with him and get our entry granted. Your role as the Elder can't stay hidden forever. What would the people think if someone like you was accomplice to deceit? Word has its way of traveling around. It could find its way back to you. Aside from the rebellion, you have to make an impact on Mazeo's people. The question is, what kind of impact should that be?
Whoa, this is way more complicated than I thought.
Everything will be complicated now, Fortin. Don't do anything lightly from this point forward.
What should we do?
Entry permit, please.
Wait, what?
You want to get into Mazeo, right?
Yes, sir.
Then I need to see an entry permit. I can't just let anybody inside.
Oh yeah? Not even the Elder of Valenorth?
Why, is that you?
Yeah!
Nice try. That's a pretty common excuse today. In fact, I've turned down 3 elders already.
But I'm not lying!
And I'm sure they weren't either. But I can't let you through without a permit. The occupation made us crack down on visitors.
But please! Our business is urgent! If you just let us in, I'll get someone to confirm.
Nice try. You just leave me hanging. Everyone else does. Either present some papers or stop wasting my time.
Seriously, come on!
I apologize on behalf of the Elder. This is his first time traveling. We're not up to any funny business, I assure you. It's an urgent meeting. The national security of Mazeo and Valenorth are both compromised.
Is that so?
Do you have a family, Carmen?
Yeah, I do.
I promise that we're not lying. The Triumvirate is on the move to occupy Valenorth. But in order to do so, they'll have to pass through Mazeo. Your family could be in danger. The attack is imminent. All we ask is that you let us through so we can go about our business. Our matters in Mazeo concern the safety of almost every Alestian. If you don't let us through, a lot of innocent people will die. And trust me, we will make it known that you held us back. Do you really want to go down in history like that, Carmen? Or would you rather go down in history as a hero, the man that allowed us to carry out our mission?
How do I know I can trust you?
You don't. I'm asking you to take a leap of faith. Is it really worth gambling with the lives of your family?
I think I remember you.
Yeah, I just left for Valinor yesterday morning. I'm not an outsider. Mazeo is my home. Please, let me and my friends protect it.
And you promise not to tell anybody?
I promise. But you should also abandon your post. No need to pass right through these gates. Your life is worth more than this job. Please, get to safety with your family. Do you really think I'm making this up?
I don't know.
If I just wanted entry, I wouldn't care about you. But this is more than that. I want to help you too. I'll tell Grizz right away so you don't get in trouble.
Alright, I trust you. Just don't make me regret this.
You never will.
Wow, Ulrich. Thanks. I was totally drawing blanks. Maybe I'm not cut out for that stuff.
That's preposterous, Fortin. I didn't expect you to succeed. It was your first time. You handled yourself well, and you're gaining experience.
That was pretty amazing. I still think my idea was better, though. I had a whole script in my head and everything. So, shall we?
Hey, Pro.
What's up?
That can't be your real name.
Why not?
I mean, it's a little odd.
And Valessa isn't?
You have a point.
But since you asked, it isn't my real name. The truth is, I don't actually know my real name.
How do you manage that?
I'd rather not talk about it, if it's all the same to you. Pro is just something the orphans called me when I was younger. I showed a knack for picking up skills with ease.
So you're a pro?
Something like that. Any idea why your parents chose Valessa?
No idea, actually. I never thought to question it, but yours kinda stuck out like a sore thumb.
I'll take that as a compliment. Hey, there's something else in my mind, actually.
Oh yeah? What's that?
What's up with the name Fortem? Like, how is that one even possible?
I've always wondered that.
It's bugging me, and I've only known him for a day. It must bother you so much. You've known him forever.
Yeah, but you're good at getting info, right?
That's what I've been told.
Maybe we can work together to find this out. I want to know just what Fortem really means.
Okay, let's do it. Pro and Valessa, on the case.
Domic, may I speak with you?
Oh, of course. Is everything okay?
I believe you've been waiting for this.
Secure a naval army? That's a lot bigger than our initial plans.
Is it an unwelcome change?
No, not at all. We were just planning to steal the Triumvirate ships. While they were busy with Valinor, they'd be unmanned. But this... it could grow our forces exponentially. Especially if the pirates lend us their army.
Not for free, of course. They'll probably rob Grizz blind in exchange. I recommend not offering them any of our resources. We barely have enough food for our own men, and weapons for that matter. We need more of those. Do you think you could spin negotiations in our favor?
Of course I can. I'm nothing if not a good negotiator. It seems like everything is in our favor.
This final clause, however.
The one requesting the Sirius's presence? Pay it no mind, they should be arriving here shortly. In fact, I'll go meet them in the town square right away.
Is their Exodus training regiment finalized? Your schedule should be able to accommodate changes. Your plan is still slow exposure to develop a tolerance, yes?
Yeah, that's the best way to do it. I could only handle it for a mere moment. But I feel stronger, like I could handle more. Of course I'm not going to touch it again. I'm assuming the same rules apply to the CRS. With controlled exposure, they could wield it longer and longer. Long enough to aid our final assault on Bolteus.
Wait, I think I see them. Hey, what gives?
You can't just run off into a crowd like that, Fortin. You'll get lost, and I don't have the time to find you. Stick close to us. We'll get over there eventually.
All right.
Here's some money to spend on whatever you want, but like I said, just make sure you stick close to us. This isn't the kind of place you want to be alone in.
Wow, thanks, Ulrich. I'm gonna look for some apples then. Can you point them out for me so I don't get lost?
Yeah, they should be over there. Well, I guess we should keep an eye out for Domik. Knowing him, he's already here waiting for us. Do you see him anywhere, Pro?
There's too many people. Give me a few minutes. I'll find him.
Look, I finally got what I wanted. It was so expensive, though. I only had enough for one. Guess I'll have to make it last as long as possible, huh?
Only one? You were conned, Fortin. I should have followed you after all.
Conned?
Yeah, taken advantage of. The locals know a tourist when they see one. They raise the prices because you don't know any better.
Mean.
Sorry, it's my fault. For a moment, I put too much faith in the people. At least now you know all of my warnings were true.
Is that him?
I just wanted to see if you'd noticed me, actually. You've got a good eye on you. Valessa, right?
Yeah, Valinor Scribe. Pleased to meet you, Dominic.
And I'm Fortame, the Elder. We've heard a lot about you, actually.
All nonsense, I'm sure. And you must be the Seeress. It feels like I've been waiting forever to meet you. Honestly, the last little while has been so hectic. I almost can't believe this is happening. It's an honor to meet you, Seeress. It truly is. What? Oh, cut it out. There's no need to say things like that. Trust me, you're already on my good side. Anyway, shall we get going? We have quite a busy day ahead of us. Oh, just one more thing before we move along. You'll be on cleaning duty for the next month, Pro.
What? What did I do?
It's more about what you didn't do, and the answer to that is everything. I ended up sending Ulrich to pick up your slack. We can't afford to waste time anymore. I'm sure you had your reasons, but...
Yeah, and they were really good reasons. I couldn't just march into Valinor with a blade. I need to have some discretion. It took time.
Really, Pro, you know you can't just throw excuses at me. I know how this stuff works. You were lazy. I suppose it's my fault in the first place. I should have known better than to send you there. With a tavern in the way, your priorities would be clear. Anyway, we have some business with the mayor. Let's head to his house. I'll explain there. After that, I'll give you a tour of our HQ.
Plans with Grizz. Is it about the pirates?
I said I'd explain when we get there, Ulrich. We can't talk about this kind of stuff out in the open. Finish up whatever business you have, and we'll get going. Hey. Well, it all depends on what you'd like to know. I mean, I'm an open book, but I don't know where to start. Feel free to throw a few questions at me. I'll play along. "27. Not too young, not too old. I'm in the perfect place to be leading this army. A lot of the other victims were far younger than me. And those that weren't were far older. They took on more of a caregiver role. Plenty of orphans needed plenty of parents. I must have been 6 or 7 years old. A lot of the details are like a blur in my head. Maybe my mind did that on purpose, you know. But I was rescued by a small group of townspeople. After the battle died down, they started picking up the scraps. The rebellion wasn't formed just yet. That was just starting. Salus, the previous elder of Valinor, came to visit. The treaty and the rebellion were formed shortly after. I had no place to go. And no family. I was forced to fight. But that's not really a bad thing, you know. I'm pretty strong now. Trained for almost any scenario. I just wish I didn't have to miss out on a regular childhood. Oh, of course not. I don't have time for that. I mean, maybe when this war is over or something, but right now? I'm far too busy with everything else. And, truth be told, I wouldn't even know where to start. The orphans of the occupation were taught war, not love. Other than fighting this battle, I'm not meant for much else. I don't really have time for hobbies, to be honest. Unless the war table or sparring counts as hobbies. After this war, maybe I'll pick up a few pastimes. But right now, I really don't have the time. I've been training and working since I was a kid. They had no hesitation in letting a child wield a sword. Well, almost everything, I'd assume. I was one of the founding members with Salus. I guess they like that term more than child soldier. When the Triumvirate took over Mazio, they had one goal: dig deep underground and find the true spirit idol of this nation. They made their honor guard do this, those empty suits of armor. But while they dug, they also created a sort of barracks down there. I'm not sure why, because the honor guard couldn't make use of it, but I'm assuming it was for when real people came for inspections. Either way, they basically turned it into a paradise. Beds, weapons, training rooms, a war table, everything. When I first saw it, I knew I had to win it for the rebellion. Thankfully, Grizz had been turning to our side. It wasn't hard to woo over the mayor and get the deed. His only condition was that he got access to the idol first. I'm not sure what he wants to do with it, but he can't really do anything if I'm honest. Not without you or the Blade of Exodus. Salus? Well, he was a father figure to a lot of us. That's probably why his sacrifice hit us all so hard. You do remember that he was the Elder of Valinor, right? It's not like he took on a secret double life, he was still the same. If anything, at least now you have an explanation for his trips. He was helping out the rebellion and Valinor. That's a tall order. Salus saw the chaos and destruction in Mazio and wanted to help. In fact, even some people from Valinor were here during the occupation. He likely discovered what happened by inquiring after their disappearance. Either way, he quickly met with a band of survivors and orphans. Offering them funding and protection, the seeds were planted. They became an organization with a goal. They had a purpose. Salus likely knew that Valinor would be occupied as well, so training an army to enact revenge would benefit both nations. They established Peregrino as a central location, and here we are. Over the next 20 years, the orphans grew stronger. As soon as we were battle-ready, we launched the Exodus Raid. Salus told me more about you, and I took over when he passed. Several hundred, but under 1,000. We're a fully realized army, and I know we can do this. With you and that blade, our victory is pretty much secured. It's wonderful. Everybody is in a great mood. We have the numbers and the strength to put up a fight. But on top of that, we have you. and the Blade of Exodus. When you're trained with it, you can lead the final battle. That blade isn't just a weapon, but a symbol of hope. It sets us apart from every previous insurrection. With its power, you'll be unstoppable. I hope you're ready to go down in history as a hero. The woman who changed Alestia forever. We don't know too much about them, to be honest. They're shrouded in mystery and only rule from their chambers. We've tried to coax them out, but so far nothing has worked. Not a clue. It's anyone's guess. Hopefully we'll find some answers after all this is over. There's got to be some record of their past, right? At least, that's what I'm hoping for. But I'll have to be content if we never find out. My main goal is liberating Alestia and gaining freedom. At least as old as Alestia, or something like that. History seems to have begun when they did. Either that or they covered up the past. There's no record of history prior to their rule, so that's why everybody regards them as gods. But there's more to the story. I can feel it in my gut. No, we just know that they wear white and gold cloaks. This is from reliable first-hand accounts, of course. Some people have met them and lived to tell. Underneath those cloaks, however, is anyone's guess. Some people even theorize that there's nothing underneath. That's pretty scary if you ask me. They'd be like living spirits. I think so. As far as we know, they've had it forever. Ancient writings and murals have depicted the blade. We still don't know for sure, though. They could have found it. What we need to worry about is the power the blade houses. It gave them the power to enslave an entire world of innocent people. We must never resort to the same thing. I want to destroy it when this is over. I'd like to think so, yeah. It's actually a bit ironic, isn't it? Their own weapon, used against them. As soon as you learn to use it, we'll be good to go. I have no doubt in my mind that it's strong enough. You were chosen by the spirits for this destiny. Sure. What would you like to know? Well, I don't really know anything about her yet, but I'd like to change that if I get the opportunity. I think she seems like a wonderful person. He seems really, energetic. Honestly, you'll have to ask me again in the future. We just haven't had the chance to hang out just yet. Ulrich is one of my best friends. He really is. There's no man I'd rather have at my back in battle. He saved me from dying more times than I can count. The rebellion basically hinges on my planning and his strength. He'll be at the front of every charge, I can guarantee that much. There's no man in this world quite as strong as him. Right now, I'm a little upset with him, but I'll manage. He's my go-to man when something involves being sneaky. His reconnaissance work has been a great boon to our efforts. I suspect that you'll be working with him closely in the future. A lot of our final attack on Balteus will involve a stealthy infiltration, but we'll get to more of that in the future, so no need to waste time on it now. Well, I wouldn't know where to start. You're such an important figure to both me and my army. But to Alestia, you're going to be known as their savior. I have to admit, you're a bit different than I expected. All this stuff had me thinking you'd be larger than life. But I guess that's my fault. You're just a normal person. The thing that makes you special is on the inside, not the outside. I guess it just benefits us that not everybody can see that, right? We wouldn't want you to be a walking target for the enemy to find. Sure. Anything specific? Well, I'll have you rest for the day. Then we'll start training you with the Blade of Exodus tomorrow. I think that slow exposure therapy will be the best possible approach. As you build a tolerance for its power, you'll be able to wield it longer. Of course, you'll also be training in the basics of swordplay. Ulrich will make sure that you learn everything you need to. We have the benefit of foresight here. We know the Triumvirate will be busy with Valinor. You can train, and we can attack Balteus right under their noses. Well, I'll have you rest for the day. Then, we have the... Yeah, and it's something you'll be hearing more of. We have some stuff to take care of for now. You'll get used to the war table, trust me. Probably in chaos and disarray? We can't expect the people to embrace the new leadership, but we'll do our best to win them over and cater to their desires. Anything we can learn about the Triumvirate will also be useful. If we can prove that they're frauds, the people will accept us easier. The only question is, how in the world do we go about doing that? Either way, we'll have lots of work ahead of us. Winning this battle doesn't mean we can sit back and rest. We'll have an entire world to rule and reform. I can't wait. You mean imbue it with spiritual energy? I'm not sure. But I wouldn't classify your nation as dead. Not just yet. The power inside of you is proof that we can redirect it. If the spirits can move power from the land to an individual, well, there's no reason to believe that the reverse isn't possible. That blade is capable of so much. I think it will be the key to all of that.
Hey, Cirrus! Check this out! You know, when I climb trees, it's hard to get a grip. But with these, I can just stab them into the tree and hold on. I didn't know these existed. It would make things so much easier. You don't think that would hurt the trees, do you? Awesome! That's what I thought. I'll have to make money somehow, and save up. This'll make climbing the Grand Tree a lot easier. And of course, there's no price on them. Probably so they can scam people too. I'll have to get Ulrich to figure this out. You know, these markets are pretty cool. What do you think about them, Cirrus? Just a bit crowded, though. And I did want to have some private time. Hey, follow me! I have an idea, Cirrus. See? Much better. I can actually hear myself think now. Let's grab a seat and relax. We deserve it. I wonder if it'll taste like I remember. It's only been around 20 years after all. Hey, let's share it. You should try some too. You know, I'm kinda scared to eat it. I'm worried it might not live up to my memories. Things don't usually work out that way. Why should this? Here goes nothing? Wow, you have got to try this, Cirrus. See? I told you! I can't believe I'm eating this again. I just wish my parents could be here. Thanks for sharing that with me, Cirrus. Actually, thanks for hanging out with me at all. I know there's so much to do. I'm really honored. Back to business, I guess? But mark my words, I'm gonna get that climbing gear. And a second set, too. I'll make an apprentice out of you yet.
Good call, Cirrus. No trip to Mazeo is complete without coming here. If it's time to relax for a bit, I'll just take a seat at the bar.
You just can't beat that smell. If you need me, I'll just be checking my mail. I've been in Valinor for a while. I'd hate to miss anything.
Taverns don't really do anything for me, Cirrus. I don't mean any offense by this, but I'll be waiting outside. That's not to rush your relaxation or anything. You deserve it.
Alarynthia's civil conflict. Could the next tournament held in Alarynthia's Colosseum be the last? That's the hope of a new uprising run by a mysterious woman known only as Vivian. Wanting to change Alarinthia's form of government into something more modern, she hopes to bring peace and organization to the otherwise savage lands. While the current tribe leader of Alarinthia has always had the ability to change the rules, none have been interested in anything other than retaining their leadership and proving their strength in Alarinthia's deadly arena tournaments. If Vivian's forces were victorious, she would have the ability to completely rewrite the rules that govern Alarinthia. However, because she is approaching the upcoming tournament with brains rather than brawn, it would require a miracle to secure victory. Chances are, Alarinthia will likely remain under the grip of Draku's strength. However, Vivian's ideals are likely to live on. Perhaps one day things will change. A recent Mazayan news article.
Hey Cirrus, come to join me? I can recommend a few drinks if you like. Do you want something strong or should we start weak? Perfect choice. Barkeep, more of the same. I thought that'd be a bit much, honestly. Good to know you can handle it like that. It's strong, but not quite on my level. Want another one? What are you in the mood for? Now you're talking. Here, I promise you won't regret this. Wow, you're good. Most people can't handle this stuff. Mazeo is known for its strong liquor. I guess I'll stop messing with you for now. Truth is, I just wanted to see how much you could handle. It's a good test, a nice judge of character, and you passed. You learn a lot about someone by how they hold their liquor. You're strong, at least. You have a strong will. I respect that. This is part of how they do things back in Alarinthia. I know I say I hate it, and I truly do, but some of its culture sticks with me. You left Valenorth, so it'll likely be the same. Sorry for rambling on like that. If there's anything I hate, it's a one-sided conversation. Is there anything you want to ask me? Right now I'm an open book. There isn't one to talk about, but that's by choice. I prefer to keep things casual without any strings. I have my reasons, but it served me just fine. Don't worry, I've definitely noticed your interest. So that's why I'm making things as clear as possible. Knowing that, do you really want to continue down this path? Good to know, because I share the same interest. When you live as long as I have, you pick up on these things. No need to make a big deal out of this. It's just fun. When we get back to our new HQ, Dominic will give you a tour. My doors are open. If you want to do this, I'll be there. Just don't tell anyone. You know how rumors spread. Either way, I think I've had enough. I'm gonna buy a bottle to bring to my chambers. Feel free to join me if you want to share another drink. Hey now, watch your step. The ground here could do some real damage. Actually, I think I'll get a few bottles for my place. Something tells me we'll be having more fun than I thought.
Oh, hey there. Well, you caught me. Just don't tell anybody else, all right? This is one of the best ways to get information. Oh, an accomplice. I've never actually thought about that. I guess it could make things a little easier. Stand guard for me, all right? Let me know if anybody approaches. If I get caught, I can play it off as a misunderstanding. Oh, don't worry, just a little mix-up. Trust me, it works pretty much every time I'm caught. It's so easy to win people over. Just admit you did something wrong. They'll immediately switch their stance to defend you. Oh, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. People work in such weird ways. It's amazing what some of these people get up to. The most innocent people could be involved in awful things. See, I can beat blackmail, but, these people can't. It's a good way to line the rebellion's coffers. So later today, I'm gonna pay this guy a visit. It would seem a reputable business owner is up to no good. I think he'd lose some business if people found out he worked with pirates. If I got him to pay me off, I could feed the rebellion for months, Cirrus. Is everything okay? I'm not scaring you away, am I? This kind of stuff isn't for everybody. Now you're talking. This'll be my biggest score in months. I'll get it done tonight, and then celebrate in my room back at HQ. Feel free to pay me a visit. I'd be down for some quality time together. I mean, you still want to be friends, right? I hope all of this danger doesn't scare you away. I'm not like this all the time. Trust me, Cirrus. Wow, that's pretty forward. Does this danger stuff turn you on or something? You know what? Don't answer that. At least not here. Look, I have no idea what you're after, but to be honest, I don't know what I'm after either. If you want to pay me a visit later, we'll see what happens. My room back at HQ is pretty big and luxurious. We can crack open a bottle of wine to celebrate my big score. I'm not gonna promise any more than that, all right? I gotta admit, you're a bit different than I expected. That's surprising, since I'm usually a good judge of character. You'd make an interesting subject to write about, you know. Now I'm getting ahead of myself. I apologize. Let's just stick to the plan. Bottle of wine, Rebel HQ. I have a new target, so I should probably get going. There's not many people I can talk to about this kind of stuff. If I have to be honest, I'd say I'm kinda glad that you caught me. Next time we talk, it'll be your turn to spill some secrets. Alright?
Wow, this place looks incredible. That town square was a little bit off. Not the best first impression, if you ask me.
It's a sign of wealth to live far away from the markets. Only those who work live near the town square. Once you've got it made, you move out here.
That is, of course, unless you're important to Mazeo. Grizz gets to live here free of charge for his services. That offer even extends to Lilith, his assistant.
You mean like our elder back in Valinor?
Yeah, exactly, so make sure to be careful. In this district, pretty much everyone is royalty, or at least they expect to be treated that way.
Alright, thanks for the advice, Dominic.
To your right, Grizz's office. Sorry it took a while, but you know how it is. It'll be an even longer trek back to our new HQ.
It's time for you to tell us what's going on. I hate being left in the dark like this. You know that.
Of course. You know I'm a man of my word. I just didn't like talking about the stuff in the town square. Well, as you know, Mazeo is rampant with piracy. All of that chaos needs some sort of order, right? Two pirates have risen to the challenge, Alex and Nada. Unifying all the pirates isn't an easy task, but they did it. They have established trade routes and the largest fleet in the world. We want to strike a deal with them and gain some ships. Easy, right? When we attack Balteus, we won't be able to hold back. Having enough ships to carry our massive army over is essential. And if we can get the pirates to fight with us, even better. Grizz made it clear that he wants to cut a deal. In order to win them over, we'll need to bend to their will. However, after learning that Alex and Nada have started to fight, now we have to choose who we side with. They both want different things, but they both offer ships. That's why we're here. I imagine they're waiting inside. The future of Mazeo is likely going to change. It's so exciting. I'll negotiate with them and Grizz will make any necessary decrees. I just want my favorite people present. So that's why you're all here. I trust there aren't any objections.
You sure upped the scale of our attack. I thought we just planned to steal a few ships, but now you want an entire fleet? What changed?
We need to give this our all if we're going to win. But remember, we have a world to reshape when we're done. Striking a deal with the pirates is something that needs to happen. I mean, we could wait until after the war, but if we do it now, we stand a better chance of winning. Plus, the people need to know that we're capable rulers too.
Fair enough. I concede.
That's brilliant, Domek! Taking care of 10 problems with one move, as usual. I'm just glad that they get to see for themselves now.
Well, I guess it's time. I'm a little nervous, but I'll manage.
Man, things are sure busy around here. Hope we get to rest when we get to our HQ.
Come on, Fortum. It's interesting. We're watching history in the making here.
If it's history, then it'll be in a book. I'd just sleep and read it when I get up.
I've heard so much about you, Cirrus. It's a pleasure to finally meet you in person. I'm guessing that's the Blade of Exodus. You can take that cloak off in here, by the way. Everybody in this office knows what's going on. There's no need to hide around Grizz, or myself. Come back here with the rest of us, alright? I think they're almost ready to head upstairs.
Sorry, Lilith. Just lots to think about at the moment. I'm almost nervous to walk up there, if I'm honest.
There's no need to be nervous, Domek. It won't be any different from the last time you were here. Just a few added bodies, that's all. Not the end of the world.
I just don't want to make the wrong choice. There's a lot riding on this, Lilith.
Have you made the wrong choice in the past?
Well, I don't think so.
Then you'll be fine. Besides, Alex and Nada aren't too bad. They're both playing ball to get what they want. That means they'll have to be on their best behavior. So if being in the presence of pirates was a worry for...
Oh, no, that's not it at all. I'm more than happy to work with the pirates. You're right, though. I have a good track record. I guess that'll have to do. Are they ready?
Yeah, they're expecting all of you. It might be a bit crowded, but you'll manage.
Did you happen to overhear anything? You know, so I don't go in blind?
Unfortunately, no. They're being very discreet.
Oh well, worth a shot. I guess it's finally time to do this. Are you ready, everybody?
Grizz will give me a debriefing when you're done. I know you're busy, so after this, just go on your way. Lots to do and little time to do it, right? Hey, get away from there. Those papers aren't for your eyes. That's top secret. Only for the mayor.
The blurred lines of piracy. The pirates of Mazeo undertake the importing and exporting of illicit goods. Everything else is handled by the Mazeo Shipping Company, and there is little else that divides the two factions. They both have established trade routes, a large group of workers and clients all over Alestia. Many people see the pirates as harmless individuals, simply looking to make a living by seizing opportunities that others don't. The way that pirates are treated today is vastly different than before the Triumvirate's occupation of Mazeo. Was that intentional? We have to wonder if this was the Triumvirate's goal. When asked his opinion on this matter, the local pirate lord Alex had this to say. I find it hard to believe that a small piece of paper is all that stands in the way of me and my people living an honest life. We don't hurt anybody or put anyone in danger. The people of Mazeo are clinging to a legal decree that makes no sense. I'd like to see the trade bans lifted and me and my people introduced into society as honest workers. That is my dream, and I continue to fight for it. When asked for her opinion, Nada, the other pirate lord, refused to comment.
Hey, Lilith.
Yeah?
Is there a library in Mazeo? Like, a place to read up on the spirits? I have some stuff I'd like to look into.
Unfortunately, no. The Triumvirate seized all of that long ago. Rumor has it they've stuffed it all in Balteus.
You mean at the Grand Library?
Yeah, but I don't know for sure. It's just ancient rumors at this point.
Ancient?
There's a group of people that say so, yeah. They think life existed on Alestia before the Triumvirate. When they took over, they just stole any writing saying otherwise.
That's impossible.
Hey, I didn't say they were a smart group. But nobody's been to the Grand Library to see. The Triumvirate keeps such a tight grip on Balteus.
So they can't prove their theories. But at the same time, we can't disprove them.
Exactly. Unless you visit the Grand Library. You are going to Balteus, right?
That's the end goal, yeah.
Then maybe we'll find out soon. Whatever knowledge they have in there, we deserve to know. I'm sure Domic will open its doors to everybody after the war.
Who do you side with, Lilith?
What do you mean? Like, between Alex and Nada?
Yeah, the pirates. I was just curious, that's all.
Well, I don't know their demands. That would play a big part in my choice. But even then, it's not my place to decide.
Oh, I'm not asking you to decide. It's just a hypothetical question. Hey, take your time. It's not an easy decision after all.
Alex, hands down.
Or you could answer instantly. But why Alex? What makes him better?
He treats me with respect, that's what. Nada, on the other hand, well, that's a different story. The way I look at things, there's two types of people. Those that use others as stepping stones for success, and those that respect others, rising to the top together. Nada is the former, and Alex is the latter. She's ruthless. She's pretty much double-crossed everybody but Grizz. If that ever happens, trust me, I won't be surprised at all.
How do we know we can trust her then?
Well, her and Alex have the edge in negotiations. They have what we want, so they can demand anything. I have no doubt that Nada will try to gain power and influence. These are the things she'd usually stab others in the back for, but now she has an opportunity to get it just by helping Grizz.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. She's only in it to get what she wants.
Yeah, and Alex, on the other hand, I'm sure his demands will benefit more than him. That's just the type of guy he is, so I like him more.
All right. Thanks for the information.
No problem, little one.
Late, are you? Good to know your word is trustworthy. It's not like this is important or anything like that.
Actually, this meeting doesn't start until I arrive. So, Nada, you're actually early. Very obedient of you. A bit softer than your reputation cites, but I'll let it slide. Grizz, I'd like to introduce you to the CRS.
It's an honor to meet you, Cirrus. And those two must be your friends. Say, have you three been to Museo before? I can't put my finger on it, but you look familiar. Oh well, not that it matters anyway. I'd like to thank you all for coming to my office. Today we discuss the matter of Damek and the pirates.
What have you got for me, Grizz? Surely you have their demands laid out on the table.
Yes, of course. I made them write up their demands in private. I didn't want them influencing each other in any certain direction. Here's how this is going to work. Neither pirate knows which paper is theirs. Damek, you and your allies are to read each one. Afterwards, each pirate is to explain their demands out loud. This is to make sure they haven't gotten greedy or changed their mind. We also need some witnesses, which is why I had you bring some friends. At that point, Damek may converse with his allies. When a decision is made, we will both sign the chosen demands. To avoid any conflict, neither pirate will learn if they were chosen. When everybody leaves, the demands will be mailed back. The pirate that receives a signed paper today will know they were chosen. There is no time for drama or infighting on my property. Understand?
I understand.
Yeah, I understand.
Me too.
CRS, I'd like your input on this. You're no stranger to tough decisions, right? I'd like to see how you think about this kind of stuff. You must have had some reason to keep Peregrino, right? I'd like to see your process, for the lack of a better word.
You may begin the first phase. Remain silent, but read the papers over.
Well, I guess that's it then.
Indeed. We can move on to Phase 2. Alex and Nada, it's your turn to step forward. Your verbal demands must match the papers.
My demands are quite simple, actually. All pirates will have their criminal records erased. Furthermore, the trade bans will be lifted from Mazeo. Pirates will be publicly pardoned and no longer ostracized. They will be offered jobs within the Mazeo Shipping Company. Our clients, our cargo, and our trade routes will all carry over as well. This will reintroduce us to society and legitimize all of our efforts. Mazeo will be free as it once was, and as it always should be. In exchange, I offer 35% of Mazeo's pirates and their ships.
I can offer the other 65%. I think that puts me a cut above Alex. I also want all criminal records expunged. However, my other demands are a bit more extreme. I want Mazeo divided in half. I want a new nation born. All pirates will be moved to this new nation under my lead. Mazeo will no longer be able to interfere with our work. I will determine where the nation is split in half. I want both residential and commercial land. We will be given everything we need to live happily. That is my demand. A new nation, built for piracy.
Does that align with the demands on paper?
Yes, I believe it does. What was the next step again?
You may take some time to think. Talk with your allies, and then give me an answer.
Oh, right, sorry, my mind is all over the place. There's no need to think, I already have my answer.
Oh, is that so?
Yeah, of course. This one was simple for me. Well, what about you? Who would you choose? Great minds think alike, I suppose. Good to know we have the same idea. Let's sign this one, Grizz. It's my final choice.
Nada, Alex, thank you both for your kind offers. I'll have these mailed back to you right away. You'll know within a few hours, I'm sure.
Sounds good to me.
This one's as good as mine.
You're all free to talk again, you know. We just didn't want Alex and Nada to know Domek's choice.
Well, Domek?
Who did you choose?
Oh, you'll find out soon enough. Sorry for this little detour, everybody. We can make our way back to HQ now. Though I think we should cut through the docks. It's crowded, but it will make for a nice shortcut. We're already running behind schedule.
I hope you got what you needed, Domek. Attacking Balteus will be no easy feat.
We'll be more than fine, Grizz. I trust you can handle things from here?
Of course. But there may be some contempt coming. Don't be surprised if Alex or Nada comes fuming to you.
Of course. Thank you so much, Grizz. We couldn't do this without you.
Don't worry about it. Just make sure I don't regret this. Crossing the Triumvirate is a bad idea.
You won't, I promise. If you'll excuse us, though, we need to go. I still have to give them the grand tour after all. All right, let's go. I'll make the announcement back at HQ. We have a new ally and a lot more power. We're going to do this. I know it.
Hey, Grizz?
Yes?
What's with that sheep around your neck?
Oh, you mean Lassiter?
I guess?
When I was younger, I used to be a shepherd, but that didn't last long before I served the Triumvirate. They made me kill all my sheep before they accepted me.
What?
I guess it was to prove myself. You know, that I'd leave my old life behind. I did what they said, but I kept a souvenir.
Oh, I see.
It's always important to remember where you came from. Did you bring any souvenirs from Valenorth along with you?
Actually, no. Unless my clothes count.
Depends who you're asking.
But, you know, I'm not actually leaving Valenorth behind. We'll save it, and go back one day. I know it. That's one of our goals during this journey.
I see.